my boys and girls, welcome to BenchART. I'm for Classic, and for today I want to test out the performance of the GTX 1650 Super in Chivalry 2, a game using Unreal Engine 4, which is a multiplayer game, so we want to have as much frame rate as possible while retaining good quality. So my selection of settings, it was 1080p using high settings. I just pushed up the texture to epic because we have enough VRAM for that. And for 1080p, these are my results. So the high settings, the frame rate was well above 60 frames per second, while the maximum settings, despite the average was above 60, there were some key moments where the game was under 60 frames per second. So it's up to you to decide what's best for you. So 1440p median settings completely above 60, high settings in between the 55 to 70, and maximum settings in between the 50 to 70. Let's check it out 4K. So 4K median settings provided an average of 40, so it was pretty much an experience between 30 to 45 frames per second, and maximum settings 33% of the time, maximum not, the high settings at 4K, 33% of the time it was lower than 30 frames per second. So my personal suggestion, it is to select a setting where you do feel comfortable. I do feel comfortable when the game never drops below 60 frames per second, so I would either go with 1440p median or 1080p high settings. So I decided to go with 1080p high settings. So looking to the recommended requirements, these guys recommend a Ryzen 5 from the 3000 generation, 16 gigs of RAM, and the GTX 1070. So the 1070 should be slightly better than our 6050 Super, and I do understand why, because if you have a 1070, probably you can play this game maxed out at 1080p, well above 60 frames per second. All these frame rate that I did gather, it was in matches of 64 players. But, you know, this is hard to benchmark because it's hard to replicate the same behaviors, the same maps, because maps are always changing and the demandingness of the game depends a lot on the maps that you are playing. But one thing I can assure you, with these specific settings, 1080p high settings, textures on ultra, I have never encountered one single frame below of 60. So it was super playable. The game, it is super fun, which is something that we will talk right now. And yeah, well, let's talk about the game. Let's talk about it. I mean, it's awesome. So Chivalry 2, I never played the first one, and I also never played Mortar, so I have no elements of comparison in here between these similar games. I always watched a little bit on YouTube about their gameplay, but I never was, you know, fully interested in it, so I don't know what this game does better or worse than Mortar or even the first Chivalry. But one thing it is for sure, this game, it is absolutely fun. It is very complex, so you pretty much have the blocking attack, the attack, you can perform different types of attack. For example, you have the slash attack, which is the most regular attack that you do in here, which you use your quick mouse button. There is upside down, up and down attack, which you lift up your weapon and throw it in the face. There is also different attacks like the spike type attack, where you have your weapon pointing forwards into the enemy. There is also different possibilities of blocking. So you have the regular block, you have the parry like Dark Souls, which if you have a good timing, you can attack immediately after that. So there is a lot of complex stuff going on. You can throw out your weapon against the enemy and risking yourself being unarmed. Oh my god, you have so much stuff. You can fake an attack, so you can do stuff like you are going to attack from the right, but then you simulate and you are going to attack from the left. So you can create tons of simulations inside a multiplayer game, which is very surprising because usually I wasn't really expecting this type of complexity on a multiplayer game, because usually latency destroys this kind of tactics, but I didn't felt that in this open beta, which is amazing in my opinion. So performance wise, it is running great. I didn't have any issues with lag or latency with the game, so I think the servers are very well prepared. Now, the downside that I have about this game, and also, yeah, there is multiple game modes. That's something that you should know about it. But anyway, again, the bad part, it is, for the most people I know, this is an Epic Store exclusive. So, if you are that type of guy that don't want to buy games outside from Steam. Well, it seems that this game, it is not on Steam though. So the only way you can buy this game, it is to buy for Epic. Still, you can buy from other stores like Greenman Gaming and Fanatical if you want to get the game more cheaper. But still, it isn't available on Steam, unfortunately. As for its price, on Epic it costs $35.99, so it's a so-so price. I'm not saying that the price it is good, but it isn't that bad either though. But you can find it in other stores like €27, 26. Greenman Gaming have it at the same price of Epic Store, Fanatical too. So buy where you want it, but it will need to be activated on the Epic Store, unfortunately. Also, I was nearly forgetting about this. There are multiple classes which you can select in this game, and you can personalize your characters to your own liking if you want. You have multiple items, and that raises a question. There will be microtransactions on this game? I don't know. What I know so far is that I'm expecting that they don't have microtransactions on their game, but if they feel the need to, they will eventually add it. Well, who knows then? I don't have an answer for that. But for now, the way I see it, I'm not expecting any microtransaction on this game. And everything that you earn in this game will be thanks to your experience, your time spent in the game, and how well you fight. Alright. So guys, I think that's all that I want to talk about Chivalry 2. Hope you've enjoyed the rest of the video. I had tons of great fun with this game so far. I mean, amazing stuff. I really enjoy it. It's a little bit a shame, the downsides of the game. I mean, the only downsides for me, it's really just being on Epic Store. For me, it's okay, but I know that for most users, it is not. And the fact that it costs $35.99. I'm not saying that it is expensive, but I know that for many people, this is not worth it, because there are tons of other multiplayer games out there. But I can assure you, there is nothing out there for free like this one. So again, guys, thank you a lot for watching, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
That hurt! Stop those bows from fire! That hurt!
Nothing doing. I can't.